Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of AndrewsFootball.com. Welcome to my final wildcard breakdown between the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, if you're new to my channel and you haven't done it already, there's a button right around here. See it, see it, see it. Bam! Hit that button. Become one of the greatest people on planet Earth. My channel, scientifically proven to make all your wildest dreams come true. Now, I thought the schedule makers really did Seattle a favor because they're playing in the late game Sunday. Since they have to travel from the West Coast to the East Coast, I think having them play later on a Sunday really gives them a little bit of an advantage. As you well know, Seattle was literally inches away from the NFC West title and hosting the wild card game. If they would have won, they would have been the 3 seed. Since they lost, they're the 5 seed. Philly, on the other hand, has won 4 straight. So you got teams that are going in 2 completely different directions. You have Seattle, which has lost 3 out of the last 4, versus Philly, which has won 4 straight. Seattle is interesting because they're 7-1 on the road. They're 4-4 at home. I mean, the 12th man, the second loudest stadium in the United States. Go Arrowhead, go Chiefs. And Philly's 5-3 at home, 4-4 on the road. But Philly late in the year, especially in the playoffs, it's going to be a tough environment. It's going to be a very tough win. When I dive into the numbers here a little bit, Philly is 3rd in rush defense, 10th in yards, 15th in points. But this is where it's a little interesting, because when you think Seattle, you think, hey, the Seahawks, they got a great defense, Legion of Boom. Not this year. They're 22nd in run defense, 22nd in points, 26 in yards allowed. Seattle's last 4 opponents, all 4 of them ran for over 125 yards. 688 yards total given up on the ground the last 4 games. It's 172 a game. While Philly, on the other hand, offensively, over 400 yards total, all 4 of their last games, including over 100 on the ground in every single game. The last 4 games defensively, they've allowed 350 yards rushing. That's 87.5. It's almost exactly half. It's almost half. 172 versus 87.5. So Philly, over the last 4 games, the defense has played great. Seattle, the last 4 games, the defense has played bad. I think both these teams kind of are mirror images to each other. Both of them have very athletic quarterbacks. Now, Carson Wentz is about 6'5", 6'6". Russell Wilson's about 5'10". But both of them very, very athletic. Both of them have a big arm. Both of them can make plays running the ball. Both these teams like to run the football. The running game's very big for both football teams, and both of them like to play good defense. Seattle really hasn't this year. Over the last couple weeks, Philly has. And both these teams have playoff experience. So I know what you're thinking. Okay, Dan, you just ran off all these reasons. You gave us all these statistics. Trying to go with Philly, right? No, I'm not. Here's the thing. Philly's last 4 games, all 4 of those opponents have head coaches that were fired. All 4 of them. Now, Arizona's not that good of a team, but the Rams and the 49ers are. The only 2 teams outside NFC West opponents that Seattle lost to are the Saints and the Ravens. All right? That kind of lets you believe that when you go outside the division, because divisional teams oftentimes kind of figure each other out, but outside the division, the Seattle Seahawks are they're a tough out. Philly, on the other hand, is 5-1 in their division, but they're outside their division. Was that 4-7? You know what? I had that up here, but outside their division, what is that? 5-1, so they're not. Here I am doing 4-6. All right, and I should have been prepared. I should have had that written down. I thought I had memorized. My mistake. Bottom line stats are always important when you're doing research and you're breaking things down. But sometimes you just got to look at a team and say which one's better. And I've watched both these teams play, and Seattle just has the better team. Sometimes just trust these things. Forget the stats. Forget fantasy football nerds. Just trust these. So Seattle is a 2-point favorite. I think they will cover, but I don't see either one of these teams, no matter who wins, I don't see either one of these teams going into the divisional round and winning. I think both these teams are just too banged up. There's a lot of injuries on both sides of the ball, but this is going to be a fun game. I do think Seattle will advance. I don't see Philly doing it, but this is going to be a fun game. So listen, enjoy Wild Card Weekend. And if for some reason, if you haven't done it yet, I blew it up for you. There's a button right here. Bam! Hit that button. Become one of the greatest people on planet Earth. I will see you Monday.